During the 88th regular session, the Texas Legislature amended Texas Education Code 25.002A and added TEC 25.036C in House Bill 3 to require the transfer of a child's disciplinary record and any threat assessments when a child transfers to a new school district. TEA has updated the Student Attendance Accounting Handbook and the Texas Records Exchange data standards to include these new requirements. To assist school districts with the requirement to transfer current year discipline records, TEA has added one element to the TREx Discipline Action Complex type and 9 existing PEMS data elements with 2 corresponding code tables. These new data elements will facilitate transmitting current year PEMS discipline records for the student to the receiving school. When a student transfers into a new school district, the discipline record received is considered part of the cumulative record. The TREx system will search the past 5 years of PEMS data in main PRD for historical discipline records, matching the student's unique ID number, and automatically create an attachment that will become part of the TREx record for the student when the LEA is fulfilling a TREx record request. Let's take a look at what it will look like when fulfilling a TREx request under the new House Bill 3 guidelines. I have logged into my TIL account and I have the district registrar role in TREx. If I click on that district registrar hyperlink, it will take me to the TREx homepage. First, as the district registrar, I should determine for which campus I will be fulfilling records requests, and I can see that for this campus, I have 3 inbound requests. If I click on inbound request, I can see a little bit more information about these 3 requests. I can see I have a request from International High School for Jane Aardvarg. Let's fulfill that request. I will check the box and then click Fulfill. On this screen here in the highlighted area, it tells me TREx found no records matching the request. This indicates that I have not uploaded my extract out of my student information system into TREx. So I will browse, I will click upload first, and then I will browse to find the file I saved from my student information system. Here is the file for Jane. I will open it and then verify that I pulled in the correct file, and then I will click upload. The pop-up window tells me one record was uploaded, warnings were found. Well, so far so good. I don't see any really big changes from what I'm used to doing when I fulfill TREx request. So let's click OK and see how it looks from here. I can expand on this area and look at the warnings that were found on my XML file and make corrections if needed. But primarily today, we're going to look at this area right here where it says a discipline history file was found for the student and will be attached to the record. This indicates that the TREx application searched prior year PEMS data in main PRD and found discipline records that match Jane's unique ID number. A CSV file was created with these discipline records and has been loaded into TREx. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let's click Done and see what this looks like. Now it tells me TREx found one partial match for this request, and on Jane's row, I see a PDF file. That's the XML file that I uploaded out of my student information system, and I see one attachment. This attachment was mentioned on the previous screen, and this is the attachment that contains 5 prior year's discipline records that have been submitted on PEIMS summer submissions that match Jane's unique ID number. If I click on the attachment, I can see the file is named Dis Act History. I can open this file, and then I can see it opens as an XML file, and these are the discipline incidents that were reported on PEIMS summer files for Jane. I can review these to make sure these are all correct and that they are truly Jane's discipline records. And then I can rest assured that this file is going to be attached to the TREx records that I send to International High School. I can close this Excel spreadsheet and go back into the main page on TREx. And now let's look at this PDF document. When I open the PDF document, it looks just like what we've seen before when we are fulfilling TREx request. One difference right down here is the discipline section. This is the current year discipline records that have been entered for Jane in my student information system. Also, there's a new area up here in the demographic area. To facilitate the transfer of behavioral threat assessments, or BTAs, TEA added a new data element to the Texas Student Records Exchange student record to indicate a behavioral threat assessment exists for the student. And right here for Jane, we can see the behavioral threat indicator is a yes. This tells me that there was a behavioral threat assessment for Jane, and I will need to attach some records concerning that behavioral threat. School districts and open enrollment charter school systems should develop a procedure to ensure that this indicator is populated in your local source system when an Safe and Supportive School Program, or an SSSP team, initiates a BTA for a student. If the student transfers before the assessment has been completed, the receiving school district should obtain all the records associated with the assessment so that the assessment may be completed. Since Jane's records indicate that a BTA was conducted, I will need to attach the information from my SSSP team. So if I go back into TREx, I can click on the one attachment, and I'm going to add an attachment that my SSP team gave me that contains the documentation about Jane's behavioral threat assessment. You should consult the guidance for the acceptable file format and naming convention for this file. In my example today, I have a PDF document with the BTA information that I have saved in my TREx folder on my computer. So I will click Add Attachment, and then I will browse to find that file. Here's my BTA documentation information. So I'm going to open it and then verify that I pulled in the correct file and click Upload. A school district should also develop a procedure that addresses when the school district receives a BTA record for a student transferring into their district. This procedure should include the population of the BTA indicator in their local software system and a review of the records by the SSP team that serves the campus, and the process that they will utilize for storing the transferred BTA records. Now I have two attachments. If I open it, I can see here's the attachment with the BTA records, and here is that discipline historical data that we looked at a few moments ago. Remember, you should also add additional attachments as needed, such as a birth certificate, a home language survey, special education data, and any other pertinent information that should be attached to this TREx records request. I am ready to fulfill this records request for International High School. I have met the new House Bill 3 guidelines. I have Jane's current year discipline on my PDF file. I have the historical discipline records that were automatically loaded into TREx after the system searched main PRD for historical discipline records that matched Jane's unique ID number. And I have the BTA documentation that my SSSP team gave me. So I am ready to fulfill this records request.